Hello and welcome to News9 Mediaverse. My name is Brijesh Pandey. In just over a month from now, on the 30th of November, Telangana is all set to go to polls. It's going to be a keenly contested election between the BRS and the Congress party. And already a war of freebies has erupted in the state. In the state of Telangana, it's raining freebies left, right and center. The BRS is the first one after the bloc to release its manifesto for the upcoming polls. On Sunday, party president and state chief minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao released the party's manifesto and announced a slew of schemes his party would implement if elected back to power.
వ్యవసాయ రంగం మీదనే 60 నుంచి 70% ప్రజలు డైరెక్ట్గా ఇండైరెక్ట్గా బ్రతుకుతూ ఉన్నారు. పండేది ఫీల్డ్లో రైస్ అయినా దాన్ని మోసే హమాలీలు కావచ్చు, మిల్లింగ్ చేసే మిల్లర్స్ కావచ్చు, రైస్ మిల్లర్స్ కావచ్చు, మధ్యలో మార్కెట్ ఉండేవాళ్ళు కావచ్చు, బియ్యం అయిన తర్వాత ట్రేడింగ్ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు కావచ్చు, ఎన్నో లక్షలాది మందికి ఉపాధి కల్పించే రంగం వ్యవసాయ రంగం. టోటల్గా ఈ స్కీమ్ పేరు అన్నపూర్ణ అని పెడతా ఉన్నాం. తెలంగాణ అన్నపూర్ణ పథకం కింద ప్రతి ఇంటికి కూడా సన్న బియ్యమే సప్లై చేయాలని చెప్పి ప్రభుత్వం నిర్ణయం తీసుకున్నది. ఈ పార్టీ మేనిఫెస్టో ద్వారా ప్రకటిస్తూ ఉన్నాం. గవర్నమెంట్లోకి రాగానే ఇమీడియట్ దాన్ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తామని మనవి చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. ఆర్థిక సంవత్సరం పెరిగిన తర్వాత సెకండ్ టర్మ్లో 2016 రూపీస్ చేసుకున్నాం. అంటే క్రమంగా ఆర్థిక పరిస్థితి ఎట్లా పెరుగుతూ పోతే అట్లా పెంచుకుంటూ పోయినాం. ఇప్పుడు కూడా డెఫినెట్గా ఇది పెంచాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఎందుకంటే అందరికీ పెరుగుతాయి, జీతాలు పెరుగుతాయి, పెన్షన్దారులకు పెరుగుతాయి, మరొకరికి పెరుగుతాయి. వాళ్ళకు కూడా అవసరాలు ఉంటాయి. పాపం వాళ్ళని కూడా ఆదుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు విధివంచితులు కాబట్టి, డిస్టిట్యూట్స్ కాబట్టి వాళ్ళ ఎడల లిబరల్గా ఉండాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఈ పెన్షన్ను 5,000 రూపాయలు తీసుకుపోవాలని చెప్పి నిర్ణయం తీసుకున్నాం. అది మేము సడన్గా.
But the Congress has hit back at the BRS, accusing it of copying the Congress's 6 poll promises which it had announced last month.
ఇవాళ మేనిఫెస్టో చూసిన ఏంది లేదు, కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ ఇచ్చిన 6 గ్యారెంటీలను తీసుకొని మహాలక్ష్మి పేరు మీద మేము 2,500 అంటే ఆయన 3,000 రూపాయలు అన్నాడు. చంద్రశేఖరరావు బుర్ర కూడా కరప్ట్ అయిపోయింది. చంద్రశేఖరరావు గారు ఆలోచన చేసే శక్తి సన్నగిల్లింది. ఆలోచన చేయగలిగిన సామర్థ్యము చంద్రశేఖరరావు గారు కోల్పోయినరు. చంద్రశేఖరరావు గారు టీఆర్ఎస్ పార్టీ ఇక ఏమాత్రం స్వయం ప్రకాశకులు కాదు. చంద్రశేఖరరావు గారి పార్టీ, చంద్రశేఖరరావు గారు పరాన్నజీవి. పరాన్నజీవి అంటే పక్క వాళ్ళ మీద ఆధారపడి బ్రతికేవాడు పరాన్నజీవి. ఇవాళ టీఆర్ఎస్ పార్టీకి ఆలోచన కానీ ఆచరణ కానీ ప్రజల సంక్షేమం పట్ల, అభివృద్ధి పట్ల చిత్తశుద్ధి కానీ స్పష్టంగా లోపించింది.
The BJP called the Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti BRS's manifesto full of fake promises.
अभी दलित बंधु है, आज जो सिस्टम से दलित बंधु दे रहे तेलंगाना में, आने वाले 60 साल तक ऐसे ही चले तो दलित बंधु लोगों को नहीं पहुंचते. ऐसे काम आज बोलते हैं 5 साल के बाद इतना बढ़ाऊंगा, 10 साल के बाद इनके बढ़ाऊंगा. ये निजाम राजा है क्या आपका? ये तेलंगाना आपका परिवार को लिख के दिया क्या? आने वाले ये 30 दिन के बाद आप जाएगा सर, मगर आप 10 साल का काबू कर रहे हैं.
सर बीजेपी का मैनिफेस्टो कब तक उम्मीद कर सकते हैं?
हम पूरा इनपुट्स ले रहे, एक कमेटी डाले हैं विवेक वेंकट स्वामी जी के नेतृत्व में. बिल्कुल वो कमेटी अलग अलग लोगों से बातचीत करे. एक ही समय पर मैं बताना चाहता हूं, बीजेपी का मैनिफेस्टो के ऊपर हम जो बोलते हैं वो करते हैं.
This was G. Kishan Reddy. I'll be joined to discuss about this war of freebies and how all the parties intend to take it forward in their fight to win the state elections in the state of Telangana. I'll be joined by Kiran Kumar Chamla, who's a Vice President, Telangana Pradesh Congress Committee. I will also be joined by Ravula Sridhar Reddy, who is a spokesperson of BRS, and also by Amitabh Tiwari, who is a political analyst. But before I go to Amitabh and others, I will first go and let's take a look at what the manifesto of the BRS promises. KCR has announced life insurance cover of rupees 5 lakh to more than 93 lakh families which are living below the poverty line. Another promise for the BPL families is that LPG cylinders will be provided to them at rupees 400. For the Raitu Bandhu scheme, BRS has expressed its intention to increase the financial dole to the farmers from current 10,000 per acre per year to rupees 16,000 over the next 5 years. The KCR has also made the announcement that a living allowance of rupees 3,000 per month would be given to all the deserving poor women. Under the Asra pension scheme for the old aged, differently abled, single women and others, the pension amount will be increased to rupees 5,000 per month in a phased manner. Now let's give you an account of what the Congress had promised as its 6 guarantees last month. So this is the comparative analysis of what is being offered by the Congress party, which was announced a month back, and the manifesto of the price which is there in the manifesto of the BRS. The LPG cylinder to BPL families, BRS is now promising it at 400 rupees. The Congress announced it at 500 rupees. The Raitu Bandhu scheme, BRS, Congress had announced at 15,000. The BRS has increased it by 1,000 rupees more. The Mahalakshmi scheme, the Congress had announced 2,500 rupees per month, to which the BRS has increased it by 500, making it 3,000 rupees per month. The pension scheme, the Congress had announced a pension scheme of 4,000 rupees per month, which the BRS has increased it by another 1,000, bettering it by 1,000 and making it at 5,000 rupees per month. Amitabh Tiwari, if you're able to hear me, I would like to ask you a question. I mean, if you go and analyze the details which are there, it seems like in India, if you have to win a state election, you have to make sure that there's a rain of freebies, and otherwise it looks very hard. Looks very hard for you to win the election.
You see, essentially, so when Congress launched its or announced its 6 guarantees or promises, if you see, the Raitu Bandhu and the pension were already being doled out by the TRS. So they had just increased the amount. So now TRS is further increasing the amount for the Raitu Bandhu and the pension scheme. And it has countered Congress's promises with respect to LPG gas cylinder, Mahalakshmi, and a few other schemes. So what is happening over the years is that, and I would give credit rather to the Aam Aadmi Party for this, because they started with the free electricity, free water, and free education and healthcare in their Delhi manifesto. Even if you see in the central budget, 15% of our total expenditure today is through DBT schemes. So what has happened is that the voter, which primarily thinks in India that most of the expenditure which is incurred by the government has many leakages and there is a lot of corruption in the schemes, the voter also today prefers cash doles so that he or she gets the money directly in their account without any corruption, without any leakage. This is a you can say phenomena which is catching up amongst the voters across India, and most of the parties today, instead of announcing schemes of expenditure on the welfare of people, rather through construction of schools or colleges, etc., are succumbing to transferring a certain portion of their budget to the voters directly. But however, in this case also, like you said, the Telangana example, when both the parties are giving similar sort of promises, I won't call them freebies because all of them are not, in fact, then this factor gets neutralized to a large extent. The only advantage Congress has here is that it got a higher number of months to communicate its promises to the voter, whereas TRS is disadvantaged in the sense that it now gets a lesser time to communicate these guarantees to the voter. Otherwise, this is likely to have a neutral impact on the elections because both sides are promising the same things or almost similar things.
That's a pretty interesting take, Amitabh. I'll go to Mr. Ravula Sridhar Reddy, who's a spokesperson of the BRS. Mr. Reddy, if you are able to hear me, I went through the manifesto of the BRS. It is peppered with or littered with the schemes. I mean, it's littered with the scheme promising, Saubhagya Lakshmi scheme provide 3,000 per month, a gas cylinder for 400 rupees, Raitu Bandhu scheme increased by 16,000 per acre per year with initial hike of 11,000. And, the Bima scheme where, you are saying that government is going to pay 100% premium. And then, there is a whole host of schemes which have been announced, where it says that 119 residential schools for economically backward student, removal of restrictions on assigned lands, Arogya Raksha scheme, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, sir, one thing. Do you see promising doles, the poll doles, as the only sure shot way of winning an election? Or it has replaced the work, the ideology, or what you are doing for the masses? It has replaced everything. Poll dole is the new poll realities. Mr. Reddy.
No, I don't agree. See, us in the past, our government has taken both welfare and development equally. It was a balanced drive which happened in our state. So you can see the kind of development in infrastructure in other areas, whether you take irrigation or agriculture or industrial IT investments.
Okay, Mr. Reddy, it seems Mr. Reddy.
So it is not just about the.
There is some audio issue, some connection issue. My team will try to repatch you. I would like to go to Kiran Kumar, who's a vice president of Telangana Pradesh Congress Committee. Mr. Kiran Kumar, can you hear me?
I can hear you, please.
Okay. Sir, yesterday BRS released its manifesto and it has promised a slew of doles, which the Congress party also, many of them, the Congress party also announced last month. Do you see these freebies, these poll doles as the only way forward? As it seems that there's some sort of technical issue as far as guests from Telangana is concerned. Amitabh, you are going to be my savior for a while. And, I just wanted to ask you, Amitabh, I mean, the Congress, for the Congress party, the scenario has changed a lot. Coming from Karnataka, where the BJP, the Congress and BJP were engaged in a big fight, but the Congress was able to oust the BJP. And people say that freebies played a very important role as far as winning Karnataka election is concerned. I think that seems to have changed their fortune in the southern states, especially Telangana, where we saw, a massive desertion taking place in the Congress before the Karnataka election. But after that, we saw a whole host of leaders joining the Congress party. So you think that a situation is going to change for the Congress party on the ground, post Karnataka? And these kind of freebies will provide them with the impetus to win the state of Telangana?
See, in Karnataka, freebies was one of the reasons why the Congress was able to defeat the BJP. In Karnataka, there were many other factors which we have discussed, but also the BJP countered the freebies very late in their manifesto. Correct. So Congress had a field day in terms of freebies, and they were able to communicate it to the last mile voters at the booth level. Now, here the TRS is sort of preempting it and still has time to communicate its freebies or schemes to the voter. Thus, maybe it will be able to neutralize it to a large extent. In Telangana is among the top 5 states where people are the late deciders. When I say late deciders, as per Access My India 2019 exit poll, more than 50% of Telangana voters decided very late to whom they will finally vote for. So that's one point. Second is TRS or BRS, like any other party, which gets credit for independence of a country or for the creation of a state does enjoy a honeymoon period. Congress enjoyed a honeymoon period of almost 25 years, correct? 25,
Yes.
30 years, because they were credited with getting India independence. So has TRS been credited with getting the statehood for Telangana. Now that has a shelf life. So 10 years is a long enough time to build also some anti-incumbency, and voters are now saying that they have already rewarded BRS for the statehood part. Second, this is the time when power is going to transfer from KCR to KTR at any point of time in the next tenor if TRS comes to power.
Okay.
Now we've seen that whenever a power transfer takes place or is about to take place in a regional party, rumblings start to begin because the senior leaders of the party may not want or may not accept the leadership of KTR. So that's why we see, or that is also one of the reasons we've seen that some senior leaders or many leaders are now shifting from TRS to Congress, perhaps because they see Congress as more a potent force than the BJP to defeat the TRS in the state. And it is all about narrative in elections. The Congress has been able to drive home the narrative that AIMIM and BJP are the B team of TRS to some extent. And that probably is going to help the Congress party, or rather is helping the Congress party, if you see in surveys, in preventing a division of the opposition vote. If the Congress is able to prevent the opposition vote from splitting and is able to make a dent in the TRS vote bank due to anti-incumbency and other factors. If you recall, TRS has also been gaining ground in the past 10 years by the exodus of Congress leaders from TRS. So TRS at one point of time, if I recall, had just 63 MLAs, and now it has 88, largely because of Congress MLAs shift towards the party.
Okay. Mr. Reddy, I'm told that you are back with us. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I was asking you a question about, this is the third term which KCR is seeking as far as the state of Telangana is concerned. And if you go through the manifesto which has been released by the BRS, it's a one-stop shop for all kind of poldos, which you can see, pensions which has been increased, all kind of freebies which have been announced. How do you analyze the manifesto which your party has released, sir?
See, I mean, I don't agree that, it's kind of a freebies given or cash doles are given kind of thing. The past 9.5 years, our government under the able leadership of Sri KCR, there was a balance in terms of growth and welfare, development and welfare. If you look at our development in the infrastructure, irrigation, agriculture, power sector, industrial growth, IT investments, and villages and urban development and all that, you can see the kind of growth in it, as well the welfare we have not neglected. It's a new state. There are aspirations from the people. We are a responsible government, has to take care of people from backward classes, financially poor backgrounds, and so on and so forth, even in the education sector and all that. So this particular manifesto is an extension of what we have done in the past. Now, if you look at Raitu Bandhu, we have enhanced it from 10,000 to 16,000. Taking the inflation, rather growing expenditure into concern, and the future expenditure that can grow, investment and all that for farming and all that, it has been decided to take it to 16,000 rupees. Immediately it will be increased to 12,000 rupees. So again, the Bima insurance part you are referring to, we had a very good experience, rather Raitu Bima, which gave insurance security to all the farmers. Even 1 cent, if he owns, the 5 lakh insurance was actually applicable. More than 1 lakh families were benefited because of their unfortunate death. So now the 93 lakh families are there in our state under the BPL category. They all will be covered. That will be giving them that social and financial security for their family. These are all not freebies. These are all welfare measures which are essentially needed to protect our families from any, eventuality or untoward incident. And even the gas cylinder, which probably
It seems that the internet connection is playing truant with us. I'm told that Mr. Kiran Kumar is with us. Mr. Kumar, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Sir, the Congress, in the last two elections we saw, in the state of Himachal Pradesh and also in the state of Karnataka, I mean, though it was not the only reason why you guys were able to win, freebies played a very important part in your being the architect of your victory. The same you have done in the state of Telangana, but with BRS being in power for 10 years, with their own slew of welfare measures, as they say, being in place, do you seriously think that, with the kind of poll promises you are making, it will be able to provide a dent to the narrative of the BRS, sir?
See, first of all, BRS is in ruling from the last 10 years, 9.5 years in this state.
Yeah.
They don't have to go for a manifesto. Before going for the manifesto, 2014 manifesto, which they promised and got into power, 2018 manifesto, which they promised and got into power, was clearly seen by the public of Telangana. They haven't achieved more than 50% of the promises what they have done. I can't go deep into the promises what they say. I can say few promises. They said that Gurukul schools will be opened. They haven't opened. They said that every household will have a job. That means 2 lakh jobs. There will be a notification every year and every household will have a job. You have seen in the recent days, TSPAC notifications itself is very rare. When it comes, the conducting examination itself is not serious in this state. Paper leaks and other stuff. And you have seen a student who died other day in last 24, 48 hours back, a girl. So what I want to say is, because Congress has came out with 6 guarantees, they have rethought initially Mr. KTR, the moment Sonia ji came to Telangana and declared these 6 guarantees and left, the next day say it's not viable at all. How can these schemes are viable in this state? This state's budget itself doesn't suit for it. But the moment, after a few days, day before yesterday or yesterday, I think so, his father came in and said that same schemes are copyrighted. Instead of Mahalakshmi, they said Subhalakshmi. Instead of something like 500, we gave. One more thing I am saying, 500 cylinder, we come into power, we will do, because we are not in power, but they are in power today. People will see when Congress has done in Chhattisgarh, when Congress has done in Karnataka, when Congress has done in other states where they are ruling, which they promised. These people have ruled for 10 years. Today they are still ruling other day until the notification comes. And now they are telling to the people of Telangana they will do 400 rupees per cylinder. Why didn't they do all these days? Why? What stopped them to do that? Because the polls come into existence and Congress has given 6 guarantees and Congress has fulfilled the guarantees within 90 days in Karnataka, which was very neighboring states, and people are watching that. And now that Congress come now and says about the 6 guarantees and we will implement it immediately after we coming into power, they started coming and talking to the people, but people of Telangana already realized that for the last 2 terms, BRS promised 12% reservation to the minorities, for Girijans and everything. Nothing has implemented. And you see the double bedroom, which was a major commodity for a poor man. They haven't given. They promised for 3 acres farmland for Dalits who doesn't have farmland. They haven't given any lands until now. So they have promised everything. Dalita Bandhu, all these are only for the sake of show put up, for the sake of other parts of the country, for talking points only. None of these schemes have been implemented, and these people doesn't have anything to say to the people.
Mr. Reddy, just give me a minute. Let him complete first, and then I'll come to you.
People already have seen 2 times. 2014 manifesto is failed. 2018 manifesto has failed. They don't have any interest of implementing things. Single point I want to take an agenda. I don't want to confuse the people who are watching this television now. Why they are giving 400 rupees now after 500 we said to the cylinder? Why BRS has come into saying that it's 400 when we come into power? Are they not in power for the last 9 years? Why didn't they implement it when other states are implementing neighboring states? Do they have any sense to think how people are thinking about them? And what are the schemes they are talking about? All these schemes are the promises when you go back in 2014 and 18 are there. They haven't done. And they were talking about the farmer, the loan waiver. They promised in 2018, didn't even did. Recently, he came and said that he will do. Initially, he said he can't even do that. And that's a promise made to the farmers that 1 lakh loan waiver will be done. It's not done. So people of Telangana clearly sees that only KCR talks but doesn't implement. KCR interest is only doing major projects like Kaleshwaram where he can make commissions. His interest is only in commissions, not the welfare of the people.
Okay,
Today,
Mr.
after
Reddy,
Congress coming, today after Congress coming and giving 6 schemes, they have followed the same copy and they have started talking to the people, which they lost their credibility.
Okay. Mr. Reddy, you wanted to respond to Mr. Kiran Kumar.
See, these are all baseless allegations. Congress leader neither, nor Congress party has any credibility in our state. I don't know. It sounds very funny. If 2014's manifesto was a failure, why we were given 88 seats in 2018? So they are baseless allegations. They don't have anything to say. Number one. Number two, these people are, speaking lies, trying to spread lies. How? He was talking about the loan waiver. This government in the past 9 years has waived the loans to the tune of 39,000 crores. I'm talking about farm loans. And if you look at the power, irrigation, agriculture, I already have told you, IT sector, infrastructure, our growth is unmatchable to any other state. You look at any social and development indicator, Telangana is the number one. Basically, if you really have to look at the growth, there are two things which I wanted to tell you. One is per capita income and another one is per capita, power consumption. In both the areas, we are in the top 3 in the country. And a state which has just formed in 2014, when our GSDP was 4.5 lakh crores, now it is 13.5 lakh crores. It was not just happened like that. There were many measures taken by the state government, Sri KCR, the Honorable Chief Minister. Hence, this wealth has been created. And in our state today, every section, every sector, every individual has been taken care of by the government. And today in Congress party, whatever they are saying, they wanted to give the various schemes of 6 guarantees which we are talking about. I wanted to ask Kiran Kumar Reddy or any other party leader of Congress, are you implementing these schemes in your states where you are in ruling? Number one, you referred to Karnataka. You came to power in Karnataka 3 months back. And now there is a huge human cry in Karnataka that none of these schemes are being implemented properly. He is questioning the timing. Every totally to the situation, the political parties will realize the importance of certain issues of the people and come out with a solution. That is what we have done in the.
But Mr. Reddy, you know what the Congress is saying ever since your manifesto has come out, sir, is that you have copied majorly from the 6 promises which the Congress has made.
Joke. It's a big joke. Congress party, in fact, copied our programs. We are in government for the past 9.5 years. Raitu Bandhu, in some other name, they wanted to give some 15,000 rupees. We have been implementing this scheme for the past 7-8 years. Who have copied whom? And any other scheme also. We are in the government in the past 9 years for farmers, for old age people, pensions, and many other, rather supporting systems to the people who actually do their own professions of their own caste. So who has copied whom? If Congress party is in government sometime in the recent past in Telangana, are implementing these schemes as actually they have promised today, the quantity and whatever it is. Yes, it is like copying them. They are not in the government. They are not implementing any such scheme in any of the state where they are ruling, neither BJP. If it is implemented, you can say that we are copying it. Instead, our programs have been copied by the central government. Raitu Bandhu has been copied by central government. It is in the PM Kisan Samman.
Okay.
Today, Mission Bhagirath has copied and they say Har Ghar Jal. So these, our leader is a people's leader, mass leader. He understands the needs of the common man. And our manifesto is a common man centric one. And all our schemes, Dalita Bandhu, Dalita Bandhu, they are saying, I was just listening to Mr. Kishan Reddy, BJP president, he's a central minister, his statement on Dalita Bandhu. Did you ever think in the past 60 years that Congress or BJP to give a financial assistance which doesn't have a bank linkage to scheduled caste people to make them businessmen? Did you ever think? What right you have to questionize? Okay. You are actually questioning me And Kiran was saying, concept actually taken by us, program. Nowhere in the country, no government is giving a double bedroom house to a poor man. They just give 1.2 lakhs and one in PM Awas Yojana, they kind of small houses they give. We are giving a pakka double bedroom house, and they question you have not given double. Actually, what is your contribution to the state of Telangana? Both BJP and Congress party doesn't have any right to question us, number one. Number two, people have no trust on them. And today, we already have declared our candidates. We are in the campaign. We have announced our manifesto. And Congress party infighting is going on like a endless saga. In the people, Mr. party burn effigies, fight, and they allege that their PCC president is selling tickets for crores of rupees. This is your party's credibility. So people of Telangana will never.
Mr. Kiran Reddy, would you like to respond to what Mr.
I'll respond because
Mr. Kiran
I'm
Kumar,
just listening very carefully to my brother Sridhar Reddy. One thing, 2014 manifesto, Mr. KCR is a very vocal man, very intelligent man. He is not a visionary man. He is only vocal man. He has said to the people of Telangana that it's a new state and he couldn't implement all the schemes and 5 years is not enough, whereas the Congress has got 60 years in the past post-independence. Give us another 5 years. We will make this Bangaru Telangana. People have trusted him, saying that, yes, probably in 5 years, he has taken time to adjust himself, make the things set right, and he will do everything what he promised in 14 and also promised in 18. The promises in the 14 itself have been not implemented. I am saying simple things because we don't have to confuse. No, please, 1 minute. What I am saying is we should not confuse the people who are watching this. We will make it simpler way. Simpler way is the jobs. Telangana was formed in the name of Neelu, Nidulu, Niyamakalu. Means water, funds and development. Funds and water, development and jobs. Basically, we felt that 1,200 people have sacrificed their lives to gain this Telangana, and they were talking that people won't believe Congress. One thing, 2014 Assembly, KCR himself said that without Sonia Gandhi, on record I am saying, I'll play that for you if you want. 2014 in Assembly, he said that without Sonia Gandhi's involvement, Telangana state formation would have not been possible. These people again, I have to tell them and we have to teach them that this is the fact. Now they says that, now our brother Sridhar Reddy says that the schemes have been not implemented. We are saying the 5 schemes what we have given, the free bus service, 500 cylinder, 10 kgs of rice, 200 units of power, 3,000 for the unemployed youth who just got educated and waiting for the jobs. These all have been implemented, and the Guru Lakshmi. That means in Karnataka for the elderly woman who maintains the household needs some extra cash for running the house because of the shooting prices in the day-to-day commodities. These all schemes have been implemented. And we ourselves are saying again, just bluntly we should not say, because this audience are also seeing from Karnataka. They also will understand whether it is implemented or not implemented. And people of Karnataka is not too far from Telangana. It's nearly very close to Mahbubnagar district and other districts, close by districts. They know that what is happening in the neighboring state and they have relatives, friends, and they will know. So I am saying we have implemented, and I am saying we have implemented, we will shortly, we are going to get the beneficiaries to Telangana and go to Audhar. And today, we don't have to do much of the groundwork to win this election, because most of the groundwork will be doing by the people itself. People already have given them twice the chance. People, many out of 1,000 votes in a booth, nearly 700 to 800 people are against BRS because they haven't got the schemes. Either it is Dalita Bandhu or BC Bandhu or Shadi Mubarak. Everything is only for the Karyakartas. Whoever are close to their leaders, who are going to be bribing their leaders, they got the schemes. Nobody else got the schemes. And it is very fact, because we are going on the ground. The pulse of the ground is that this time, not because the Congress has done something, 5 guarantees, which is proved they have already seen. In Himachal Pradesh also, OPS, old pension scheme, everybody says it's not possible, but Congress has did it in the first month after coming into power by Sukhu. So I want to say that Congress in the past, even with many opposition, Sonia Gandhi has given the commitment of giving Telangana. And in the parliament, she gave, even though many of her leaders, her own party leaders have opposed it. Because she promised, she delivered. And now again, people of Telangana are watching that the commitment with KCR is zero. He always talks, he's a very good vocal man. I really appreciate him. He can get a number of Oscar awards if he gets that chance of going through his activities, actions on the dais and the way he mesmerizes the people, but he doesn't implement the thing. His activity is over, his action is over. Now people understood that BRS has cheated them, BRS has failed Telangana, and they are making Congress to come into power. Yes, we are a democratic party. In our we are not a family-run party, because people of this Telangana knows that they haven't got the jobs. But KCR has promised to get a Dalit chief minister, which is his first promise before coming Telangana.
Okay.
But no Dalit became the chief minister, but 5 of his family members have become
Mr. Kumar,
ministers,
Mr. Kumar, let's listen in to the bite of former Congress President Ms. Sonia Gandhi, and then I'll go to Mr. Reddy to take his version on what you have just said. Let's listen into Sonia Gandhi first.
To fulfill the aspirations of the people of Telangana, of my brothers and sisters of Telangana, we are announcing 6 guarantees, Mahalakshmi being the first one, and we are committed to fulfilling them, to fulfill each one of them. I, along with my colleagues, had the opportunity to be a part of the birth of this great state, Telangana. Now it is our duty to elevate it to new heights. It has been my dream to see the Congress government in Telangana that will work for all sections of our society.
This was former Congress President Sonia Gandhi, and while when the Congress was announcing 6 poll guarantees for the state of Telangana, and many in the Congress are now alleging that the manifesto of the BRS borrows liberally from those 6 poll schemes which have been announced by Sonia Gandhi. Yes, Mr. Reddy, you wanted to respond to what Kiran Kumar was saying.
I don't see any meaning in this kind of an argument. The schemes, actually what they have mentioned in their 6 guarantees, are copied from us.
Okay.
But just by changing a name, adding few rupees to the pensions what we are giving. And I just wanted to ask you, he is talking about Karnataka implementation. I think you have come to the power in Karnataka, I think past 6-7 months, I don't know. I have just, seen in the past 20 days, 20 MLAs of Karnataka wrote a letter to Siddaramaiah, saying that whatever schemes you have announced in the election manifesto are not being implemented, and ministers are not even positioned to answer their phone calls in issues like this. The plight of the people, plight of the MLAs of Karnataka. And today you are talking about credibility, 1,200 people have sacrificed. The 1,200 sacrifices, actually the 1,200 are the killings of Congress. Because Congress was adamant. Okay. Because Congress was not listening to the the aspirants of the people of Telangana, those, agitation, those persons had to sacrifice their lives. The Congress is the main culprit. The Congress is the main culprit behind their deaths. Today, if you, shed crocodile tears, people of Telangana are not going to listen to you.
Okay.
Number three, if you really look at the welfare and development, I am here to challenge you. First, I talk about pensions, Asara pensions, which we are actually giving to the old people, rather, single women and all that sections. No other state. Today, Telangana is the only state which is giving 2,000 to 4,000 rupees pensions on basis various categories. I am challenging Kiran Reddy or anybody else. What is Karnataka giving? What is Madhya Pradesh giving? What is Chhattisgarh giving? What is Rajasthan giving? Do you have a scheme which is similar to Raitu Bandhu in Rajasthan? Did you ever think of giving a double bedroom in Rajasthan or Chhattisgarh? Did you ever think to, show me one chief minister who has built a project like Kaleshwaram, which is world's largest, lift irrigation project. We has conducted a world's largest ice screening, who has actually opened 1,000 plus residential schools to BCS, CST minorities, where 7.5 lakh, backward section students are studying, who has actually sanctioned 32 medical colleges.
Okay.
and whatnot. We are the pioneers of many schemes, and we are today Telangana model, the development in the entire country known as Telangana model. And people who doesn't have vision, people who cannot understand Telangana, people who are actually into the cases of, bribery,
Okay.
who are facing the cases of bribery in public life, cheaters are speaking this language of,
Okay.
we have done corruption.
Okay,
Not
there's
did
one
anything.
there's one more
If we have
aspect.
not done,
Mr. Reddy, I'll come to you. Mr. Reddy, I'll come to you. First I'll have to go to Amitabh, who's been waiting very patiently. I apologize, Amitabh, for making you wait this long. There's one aspect which I wanted to understand of Telangana poll, Amitabh, is the BJP. They made a lot of noise about the southern surge. Their national executive was held in the state of Telangana in Hyderabad. And Bandi Sanjay was touted as the go-to man as far as winning the state of Telangana was concerned. Padyatras were announced and he was their man. In the last 1 month, the entire edifice or the structure seems to have completely changed. And BJP, which was posturing once as a worthy opponent to KCR, now doesn't even seem to be a viable option as far as this fight on taking on KCR is concerned.
Yeah, so the BJP, by dropping Sanjay Bandi, so he was like the Annamalai of Tamil Nadu, you can say. By dropping Sanjay Bandi has not given a good message. That has not gone down well with its supporters and cadre. And if you remember, in 2014 to 19, the TRS did bail out the BJP in many bills in the Rajya Sabha. Correct. So they had sort of friendly sort of a relationship, I would say. Only in the 2019 to 23 period, they have become a bit antagonistic to each other. Now, maybe BJP is realizing that if they go too hard and try to defeat the BRS, maybe Congress gets advantage of this and Congress wins the state in a triangular contest. And that is why strategically, probably BJP has taken a step back, because it does not want the Congress to win. See, Congress has 2 states out of 5 states which are going to polls. If it wins 3 states, then it is going to create a momentum in the favor of the party. Correct. So Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, Congress is in contention. And if Telangana also it wins, then it is likely to create trouble for the party. So it is probably taking a back step in the overall strategy or theme as per its national strategy.
Okay, Mr. Kiran Kumar, there was also a lot of talk about you calling, the BRS or the BJP, BJP and AIM combined as a B team to the BJP. How do you view this? The big emergence of the BJP, and then it not being in the reckoning anymore as the fight in the state of Telangana is concerned?
See, basically, BJP, as Amitabh ji rightly said, BJP after the GHMC corporation elections, it has gone, it was so well doing in the state because there was anti-incumbency. There were people who were not liking KCR. They are trying to opt either Congress or BJP or these are the 2 major parties. But they are not good they are good in the urban narrative, urban areas. BJP was doing good, and BJP has got a good mileage in the media also during the corporation elections. Later what happened, as Amitabh ji rightly said, Congress ultimate goal of BJP was 2024 polls for the Narendra Modi. He doesn't want this narrative that 5 state elections which we are going now. He doesn't want the Congress is already doing probably well as per the surveys, even in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh probably. So they are trying from the last 6 months onwards, they have removed Bandi Sanjay, who is grassroots leader and OBC leader. They brought somebody else, and later the party has gone down, and today so many leaders, I can't name them, they are trying to get into Congress also in the last minute also. The problem here is we are not fighting with one party now. The Congress in Telangana is fighting with 3 parties, MIM, BJP and BRS. These 3 directly or indirectly, because MIM doesn't want to focus, because MIM is always with BRS in this state, which you all know. They don't fight against BRS, they are with BRS. Then BJP is indirectly with BRS. supporting BRS by making themselves go down in this state in regard to their credibility. But end of the day, you all know in this country that MIM goes wherever BJP wants them to go, like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, or West Bengal. Whenever the regional party is doing well, they want to make sure that the minority votes get dented to them, so that the 5 to 10,000 votes can be always withdrawn from the regional party, which are not BJP votes. This way, this syndicate system is happening in the state, and many of the, as Amitabh ji rightly said, Congress has a very good chance coming into power, which polls are also saying, and BJP is doing best of its job to make sure that Congress should not win in this state, rather BRS win in this state, and they are trying to field the candidates. As Kishan Reddy is saying that we will shortly announce the list of the candidates, because they are trying to find who Congress is announcing, which seat has got an edge for the Congress. They want to field some equations sitting along with BRS and trying to find a candidate where Congress can lose in those seats. That's I'm talking about the marginal seats. Where there is 5-10,000 votes of margin. They want to cut down the margin with the equation. So they have to see which candidate Congress is going to declare. This is the strategy they are playing here.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kiran Kumar. We have run out of time. This was Monday 2023, which are considered to be semi-finals for 2024. It's a very interesting and fascinating battle of polls, of doles for polls, which is being played out in the state of Telangana. It'll be extremely interesting to see which party has upper hand. Will the Congress make a comeback in the state of Telangana, or will KCR juggernaut keeps on rolling and his grip over the state remains unchallenged? It'll be extremely fascinating to see all of it unraveling on 3rd of December. Thank you so much for watching News9 Live.